Damon Gord here. In this video, I'll reveal the key levels of competence necessary to master Neuro Linguistic Programming, NLP. By the end, you'll also have a solid understanding of how to master any skill. Many people struggle with NLP because they overlook these levels. Don't fall into that trap. What I share might surprise you, but it's essential knowledge for anyone serious about becoming a master NLP practitioner. I'll also explain how these levels build genuine confidence, not just the surface kind. As we go through this, I want you to keep this quote by T.S. Eliot in mind. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. I want you to think about the significance of this quote as we progress. If you think you understand it, share your thoughts in the comments below. Before we get started, a quick note for NLP practitioners. Expect fresh insights, even if you're already familiar with these concepts. And for newcomers to NLP, this video will serve as a valuable foundation. You'll soon understand where you are on your NLP journey and where you're headed next. Often, when I teach NLP, I hear comments like, "I already know that," or "I already do that." For example, consider the difference between association and disassociation. Association is recalling a memory or imagining an experience as if you're actually there, fully engaged in the moment. Disassociation, on the other hand, is viewing yourself in that memory like you're watching a movie of yourself. While these processes aren't unique to NLP, the question is, how aware are you when you use them? Are you leveraging them to enhance your life? This is where NLP truly makes a difference. NLP helps you decode your internal processes, allowing you to identify patterns of success and failure. By recognizing these patterns, you can rewrite them intentionally, transforming limitations into strengths and unlocking your full potential. As we explore the levels of competence, don't just assume you know this. Ask yourself if you're truly applying it. Just like with association and disassociation, are you using these patterns to advance your life? Are you developing skills in areas where you want to excel? Keep this in mind. Now let's get started. Everyone begins their learning journey at the level of unconscious incompetence. In this stage, you don't know how to use NLP and you're unaware of it because you don't fully understand what NLP entails. This concept applies to any skill. For instance, before driving a car, you were unconsciously incompetent. You couldn't drive and didn't realize how much you didn't know. The benefit of this stage is that your mind is open and receptive. This is why children pick up languages so easily. They have no expectations or pressure to succeed. Their ignorance about what they don't know allows them to absorb new information more effectively. However, the downside of unconscious incompetence is passivity. Without a conscious intent to learn, your chances of developing competence are hit or miss. Children thrive in this environment because they receive encouragement to speak, making language acquisition easier. But for skills like driving or mastering NLP, you must consciously recognize your lack of knowledge and commit to learning. Everyone starts their mastery journey in this unconscious incompetence phase, unaware of their incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. You might wonder how to use this stage to help master NLP or any skill. I'll address that shortly, but first, let's move on to the next level. The second level is conscious incompetence. At this stage, you recognize that you lack the knowledge or skills you want. For example, you might know about NLP and its benefits, but realize that you don't know how to use it. The moment you acknowledge that you can't drive a car, you've become consciously incompetent. You know that you don't know. Is it possible to master this level? Absolutely. Mastering conscious incompetence will motivate and inspire you to learn more intentionally. You'll also become more enjoyable to be around. No one likes being with someone who thinks they know it all when they really don't. Acknowledging your gaps in knowledge allows you to appreciate those skills in others and make better choices about what to learn or delegate, especially if you're in a leadership role. This leads us to the third level. But first, if you found yourself wondering where you can find an affordable way to master the competencies of NLP, I've got you covered. I've created an easy-to-access NLP practitioner program that you can jump in on immediately. Check the description of this video to learn more about it. The next stage is when you're competent and aware of it. Whether it's in NLP or driving a car, when you're competent and recognize it, genuine confidence follows. This is why the idea of fake it till you make it doesn't work. True confidence can only come from true competence. You can't fake your way into being skilled. Either you know something or you don't. Some people may be competent but lack awareness or belief in their abilities, which can hinder their confidence. As a result, they fear failure so much that it keeps them from reaching their full potential. Many struggle because they fail to connect with their competence, a topic I'll explore in a future video. For now, know that accurately assessing your competence will greatly benefit you. When you learn NLP, you'll learn how to connect with your competence so that you build authentic confidence. As you develop your skills, your confidence will naturally grow by recognizing your progress. Beware, though, of seeking confidence without cultivating competence. This leads to arrogance. Arrogance occurs when your confidence exceeds your actual competence, limiting your growth. When you're aware of your competence, we call this conscious competence. You can master this stage by focusing on skill enhancement while embracing the confidence you've earned. This helps avoid arrogance that arises from pretending to be more competent than you are. You don't need to fake anything when you're genuinely competent. Now let's discuss the final level, though it's really not final. These stages form a cycle rather than a destination. This next level is when your skills feel so natural that performing them becomes effortless. You become so proficient that it's second nature, like commuting to work without remembering the drive. If you practice NLP long enough, it will become part of who you are. Just like a martial artist instinctively reacts with trained movements during a real fight without conscious thought, using NLP becomes effortless. We call this level of competence unconscious competence. The distinction between good NLP practitioners and great ones lies in their willingness to revisit the foundations. Many stop at unconscious competence and plateau in their development. True masters, though, embrace a beginner's mindset and return to the initial stage of unconscious incompetence intentionally. This deliberate regression allows them to refine NLP fundamentals, re-examine limiting assumptions, and integrate new insights. For example, once you've mastered association and disassociation, you'll naturally associate when you need to be present and disassociate when you feel stuck in a problem. A true master progresses more smoothly through these levels with less resistance. Great NLPers acknowledge that mastery is a continuous journey, not a destination. If you're interested in beginning this journey in an enjoyable environment, check the training linked in this video description that I mentioned earlier. While you can't completely erase what you've learned when you return to the level of unconscious incompetence, you can act as if you're completely new to NLP. Approaching NLP with a beginner's mindset will facilitate smoother progress. You'll reinforce existing knowledge while advancing through the levels with less frustration. So how often should you repeat these levels? Your confidence peaks when your competence reaches unconsciousness. You may be satisfied with your level of competence at this point and choose not to advance further. But true mastery comes from revisiting each level repeatedly. Now, the T.S. Eliot quote I mentioned earlier should resonate with you. How often should you cycle through these levels depends on how deeply you want to master your skills. There really is no end to how far you can take it. It's up to you. If you're serious about becoming an NLP master, be sure to check out my next video. It's 52 minutes packed with insights to enhance your NLP skills.